Ever imagine a world where a bee sting could actually be, well, good for you?
It sounds a bit crazy, right?
It does. But we're diving into the fascinating world of bee therapy, sometimes called apitherapy, to explore just that.
That's right.
We're talking honey, bee venom, beeswax, propolis, pollen. You name it, the hive might just hold the key to some surprising health benefits.
It really might.
And we dug deep into the research for this
You
one.
did. Lots of interesting studies out there.
And that's what we're here to uncover for you today. We'll break down those benefits, separate the hype from the facts,
Yeah.
and give you a clear picture of what bee therapy is all about.
And as with anything in the wellness world, it's important to be,
Oh, absolutely critical.
critical and informed.
Informed, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's start with something that you might not expect. How bee products can help boost your immune system.
Okay.
I mean, we love honey, but I never thought of it as a tiny warrior fighting off those microscopic bugs.
Right. It's not just a sweetener. Both honey and propolis have these amazing antibacterial, antifungal, and even antiviral properties. Propolis is particularly fascinating.
Yeah.
Think of it as the beehive's security system.
Okay.
It's this resinous mixture that bees create from plant resins and beeswax.
Oh, wow.
And they use it to seal their hives and keep them safe from invaders.
Okay.
And it turns out those same protective qualities can benefit us too.
So how does that actually work? Does it like act as a shield or something?
It's more like a multi-pronged defense system. Honey, for instance, has this enzyme, glucose oxidase. When it comes into contact with your body's fluids, it releases hydrogen peroxide,
Oh,
which acts as a natural antiseptic.
interesting.
But it's not just that. Honey is also full of antioxidants, which, help protect your cells from damage,
Right.
and prebiotics,
Oh, yeah.
which nourish the good bacteria in your gut.
So it's helping your gut, which we know is so important for immunity anyway.
Exactly. It's supporting your immune system from the inside out.
That's amazing. So it's not just fighting the bad stuff directly. It's like strengthening your body's natural defenses.
Exactly.
What about propolis? How does that play into immune support?
Propolis is like this powerhouse of bioactive compounds.
Oh.
It contains flavonoids, which have potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects.
Yep.
And studies have shown that propolis can actually stimulate the activity of your immune cells,
Wow.
making them more efficient at fighting off infections.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Now, for anyone out there dealing with joint pain, especially something like rheumatoid arthritis, this next bit is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
I know you've been following the research on bee venom for this, and I'm curious to hear more about it.
Yeah, bee venom contains this compound called melittin, and this is where a lot of the magic happens, so to speak.
Okay.
Melittin has been shown to have powerful anti-inflammatory properties, and research suggests that it can actually suppress the immune system's attack on the joints in rheumatoid arthritis.
So it's not just masking the pain, it's potentially addressing the root of the problem.
Right, exactly.
Have there been any studies that show how effective this is?
There have been some promising studies, particularly in animal models,
Okay.
where melittin significantly reduced joint inflammation and damage.
Wow.
And in human trials, bee venom therapy has shown potential in reducing pain and improving mobility in people with rheumatoid arthritis.
That's great.
Yeah. For example, one study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology found that bee venom acupuncture
Okay.
significantly reduced pain and stiffness in patients with rheumatoid arthritis compared to a control group.
That's really encouraging. It sounds like bee venom could be a valuable tool for managing this condition.
It's definitely an area that warrants further research,
All right.
but the initial findings are, certainly exciting.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now let's shift gears and talk about another area where bee products shine. Skin health.
Oh, okay.
We all know honey is a popular ingredient in skincare, but what makes it so special?
Well, honey is a natural humectant, which means it draws moisture from the air and locks it into your skin.
Oh, okay.
This keeps your skin hydrated and supple.
Right?
It also has gentle exfoliating properties thanks to its enzymes, which can help brighten your complexion.
This is doing a lot.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about its antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties, which can be really helpful for conditions like acne and eczema.
I've definitely used honey as a face mask before, and it leaves my skin feeling amazing. But what about beeswax? I know it's often used in balms and creams, but what are its benefits?
Beeswax is incredibly nourishing for the skin.
Okay.
It creates this protective barrier that helps to lock in moisture and protect your skin from environmental damage.
So it's kind of like a shield for your skin.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
It's also rich in vitamin A, which is known for its skin regenerating properties.
So it's not just about looking good. It's about supporting the health of your skin from the inside out. That's really interesting. Now, I know we've just scratched the surface of bee therapy, but I'm already amazed by the range of potential benefits.
Yeah.
I'm eager to delve even deeper in the next part.
There's so much more to discover.
Yeah.
In part 2, we'll explore the potential of bee venom for nerve pain, the benefits of honey for respiratory health, and even dive into some of the specific uses for women.
Sounds great. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Welcome back to our exploration of bee therapy. We uncovered some pretty incredible benefits in the last part.
We did, from immunity to joint pain. It's amazing what these little creatures can do.
I know. And we're just getting started. There's so much more to learn about the power of bee products.
Definitely.
So, in the last part, we talked about the potential of bee venom for rheumatoid arthritis.
Right.
But I know there's also been a growing interest in using bee venom for other types of pain, especially nerve pain.
Yeah, you're right.
Can you tell us more about that?
Well, bee venom therapy is being explored as a potential treatment for what's called neuropathic pain, which is, pain caused by damage or dysfunction in the nerves themselves. And it can be incredibly challenging to manage with, traditional treatments.
For those of us who might not be familiar with that term, what does neuropathic pain actually feel like?
It can really vary, from person to person, but it's often described as a burning or a tingling sensation. Some people experience shooting or stabbing pains.
Oh.
Sometimes there's numbness.
Okay.
Or like extreme sensitivity to touch.
Yeah, I can see how that would be really debilitating.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Think about, conditions like diabetic neuropathy or the pain that can linger after shingles. Those are examples of neuropathic pain.
Okay, so how does bee venom help with that kind of pain? What's the mechanism there?
It all comes back to that remarkable compound we discussed earlier.
Melatonin.
Melatonin.
Yeah.
Yes. Studies suggest that melatonin can actually interfere with the transmission of pain signals in the nervous system.
Oh, wow.
It's like it intercepts those signals before they even reach the brain, reducing the perception of pain.
So it's not just masking the pain, it's actually like working on a neurological level to disrupt the pain pathway?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's not just about blocking those pain signals. Melatonin also seems to have anti-inflammatory effects on the nerves themselves.
Oh, okay.
So this can help reduce, swelling and irritation, potentially contributing to the healing process.
So it's kind of like a two-pronged approach.
Right.
Blocking the pain and then also promoting healing.
Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Have there been any studies specifically looking at bee venom therapy for neuropathic pain?
There have been a number of studies, both in animal models and in humans, and the results are really encouraging.
That's great.
Yeah. One study published in the journal Pain found that bee venom acupuncture significantly reduced pain and improved nerve function in patients with diabetic neuropathy.
Wow.
And other studies have shown, similar positive results in other types of neuropathic pain.
That's really encouraging to hear, I think, for people who are, struggling with this type of chronic pain.
Absolutely. It definitely offers hope.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about honey and respiratory health.
Okay.
We all know that, a spoonful of honey can soothe a sore throat.
Right.
But it turns out there's much more to the story.
There is, yeah.
What else can you tell us about honey and how it can help with respiratory health?
Well, honey has been used for centuries in traditional medicine to treat coughs and sore throats.
All right.
And modern science is actually backing up those traditional uses.
Okay.
Research shows that honey can act as a natural cough suppressant,
Wow.
even outperforming some over-the-counter cough medications in certain studies.
Really? That's amazing.
It is. It's pretty remarkable.
What makes honey such an effective cough suppressant?
Well, it has that thick, syrupy texture
Yeah.
that coats and soothes the throat,
That?
reducing irritation and the urge to cough.
It's like a protective layer almost.
Yeah, it is. It kind of creates a barrier,
Right.
but it goes beyond just that.
Okay.
Honey also has anti-inflammatory properties, which can help to reduce swelling and irritation in the airways.
So again, it's not just masking the symptoms, it's actually helping to heal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And here's another interesting tidbit. Honey has been shown to have antibacterial properties. Some studies suggest that it can even inhibit the growth of bacteria that commonly cause respiratory infections.
Oh, wow. So it's like a multi-talented remedy for the respiratory system.
It really is.
Yeah.
Soothing, anti-inflammatory, and potentially even antibacterial.
It's doing a lot.
Yeah, a lot going on in that honey.
Now, we talked about propolis earlier for its immune-boosting benefits.
Right.
Does it play a role in respiratory health as well?
It does. It absolutely does.
Okay.
Remember those potent flavonoids in propolis?
Mm-hmm.
The ones with the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties?
Yes.
Well, those can be really beneficial for the lungs, too.
Okay.
Studies suggest that propolis can help reduce inflammation in the airways,
Okay.
potentially easing symptoms of, asthma and other respiratory conditions.
So it's kind of like another layer of protection for our respiratory system.
Exactly. It's like backup for your lungs.
I love it.
Yeah.
Speaking of traditional healing practices, let's shift our focus to beeswax for a moment.
Okay.
We often think of it in candles or, beauty products.
Right.
But I understand it has some pretty incredible medicinal properties as well.
It does. It's a fascinating substance.
Tell me more.
Well, beeswax has traditionally been used to soothe and heal wounds.
Oh, interesting.
It forms this protective layer over the affected area,
Okay.
helping to keep out dirt and bacteria and allowing the wound to heal more effectively.
Oh, so it's kind of like nature's Band-Aid.
It is. It's very similar in that way.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and there's even some evidence that beeswax might have mild antibacterial properties of its own.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, further supporting its role in wound healing.
Wow. I never knew beeswax was so versatile.
It is. It's a wonderful substance.
Are there any other medicinal uses for beeswax?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
Beeswax is also sometimes used to help relieve constipation.
Oh, interesting.
It acts as a lubricant in the digestive tract,
Okay.
making it easier to pass stools.
So it really is a multi-purpose bee product.
It is, very much so.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, I want to shift gears for a moment and talk about the logistics of bee sting therapy.
Okay.
How does it actually work? If someone's considering trying this, what can they expect?
Well, bee sting therapy involves the intentional application of bee stings to specific points on the body,
Okay.
much like acupuncture.
So those are the acupuncture points.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. The idea is that the venom, when introduced in controlled doses, triggers a healing response.
So I imagine there's a lot of skill and precision involved in administering bee sting therapy.
Oh, absolutely. This is not something to try at home.
Right.
Bee sting therapy should only be administered by a qualified healthcare professional who has received specialized training in this technique.
Makes sense?
Yeah, they know how to safely and effectively apply the stings to those correct acupuncture points.
Now, how long does it typically take to see results from bee sting therapy?
It's not a quick fix.
Okay.
It takes time for the body to fully react to the active compounds in bee venom.
Right.
We're usually talking weeks or even months of consistent treatment to experience those full therapeutic benefits.
So patience is key with this.
Absolutely. Patience is essential.
And that's another reason why professional supervision is so important.
It is, yeah. A qualified practitioner can monitor your progress, adjust the treatment plan as needed, and address any concerns you may have along the way.
That makes sense. Now, before we wrap up this part, I want to address a question that might be, lingering in the back of some people's minds.
Okay.
We've talked about the potential benefits of bee venom,
Right.
but how many bee stings are actually dangerous?
That's a really important question.
Yeah.
And the answer really depends on individual sensitivity and whether or not someone has a bee sting allergy.
Right.
For most adults without allergies, 100 to 500 bee stings can be fatal.
Wow, okay.
But for people with severe allergies, even a single sting can be life-threatening.
Right, so it's important to know if you have an allergy and to be really cautious.
Absolutely. Allergy testing and working with a qualified professional are paramount when considering bee venom therapy.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like there's so much more to explore with bee venom therapy.
There is. There really is.
What can we look forward to in the final part of our deep dive?
In the final part, we'll dive into some of the specific benefits of bee therapy for women's health. We'll also discuss the potential risks and controversies surrounding this approach.
Yeah, I think that's really important to cover as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we'll explore the, exciting future of bee therapy in healthcare.
Amazing. Can't wait to hear more.
Me too.
Welcome back to our final exploration of bee therapy. It's been a fascinating journey so far, hasn't it?
It really has so many incredible insights into the world of bee products.
Yeah. Who knew these little buzzing creatures held so much potential for our health?
Right.
Now, before we wrap things up, there's one more area I want to touch on, specifically for our female listeners.
Okay.
the potential benefits of bee therapy for women's health.
Ah, yes. It's a topic that's definitely generating a lot of buzz lately.
It is, and I'm curious to hear what the research has to say about it.
Well, there's a growing body of anecdotal evidence and some preliminary research suggesting that bee venom therapy can have positive effects on, various aspects of women's health.
Like what kind of effects
Yeah.
specifically? What are we talking about here?
Well, for starters, bee venom's anti-inflammatory properties
Hmm.
can be really beneficial for conditions like endometriosis and polycystic ovary syndrome or PCOS.
Okay, and those conditions are often associated with a lot of pain and inflammation.
Exactly, and that's where bee venom can potentially step in and help.
Right, so it's not just about masking the symptoms, it's about potentially addressing the underlying issue.
Precisely, that's the key.
Now, there's another area that's particularly sensitive, but also really important for many women, and that's fertility.
Right, and that's where things get a bit more speculative.
Okay.
There is some anecdotal evidence suggesting that bee venom therapy may help regulate hormones and improve fertility in some women.
That's interesting, but it sounds like we need more research in that area.
We do. We definitely need more robust studies to confirm those claims.
Right. It's important to be cautious and not overpromise.
Absolutely, especially when it comes to such a delicate topic like fertility.
Now, while we've been focusing on the exciting potential of bee therapy, I think it's also crucial to acknowledge that there are, potential risks and controversies as well.
Right. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Exactly.
And it's important to be aware of those potential downsides.
So for someone who's considering bee therapy, what are some of the things they should keep in mind?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is the potential for allergic reactions.
Yeah, we've touched on that before.
Right. Bee stings can be dangerous, even fatal, for people who are allergic.
Absolutely. That's a serious issue.
And that's why proper allergy testing and working with a qualified practitioner are absolutely crucial.
So it's definitely not something you would ever want to try at home.
No, not at all. It's essential to have professional guidance and supervision.
Now, another thing that's come up is the lack of standardization in bee venom therapy.
Ah, yes, that's an important point.
Unlike conventional medications, bee venom isn't regulated in the same way.
Right, and that can lead to variations in quality and potency.
So what does that mean for someone who's considering bee venom therapy? How can they ensure they're getting a safe and effective treatment?
It all comes down to doing your research and finding a reputable practitioner.
Okay, so someone with experience and expertise.
Exactly, someone who uses high-quality, standardized bee venom and who can answer your questions and address any concerns.
That makes sense. You want to be in good hands.
Absolutely.
Now, despite the risks and controversies, there's a growing body of evidence supporting the effectiveness of bee therapy for a variety of conditions, right?
That's right, and that's what makes this field so exciting.
So beyond the conditions we've already talked about, what other areas are researchers looking into?
Well, scientists are exploring the use of bee therapy for a range of ailments, including multiple sclerosis, Lyme disease, skin conditions like psoriasis and eczema, and even cancer.
Wow, that's incredible. It really seems like bee therapy has the potential to touch so many different aspects of our health.
It really does, and it just goes to show the incredible power of nature and the wisdom of traditional healing practices.
It's a reminder that sometimes the answers we're looking for are right there in the natural world.
Absolutely, and that's a message that's more relevant than ever.
Well, this has been an incredible journey into the world of bee therapy.
It has. It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you.
And to our listeners, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and left you with a newfound appreciation for the amazing world of bees and their healing potential.
We encourage you to keep exploring, keep learning, and always prioritize your health and well-being.
And remember, if you're considering bee therapy, do your research, consult with a qualified healthcare professional, and make informed decisions.
We'll see you next time for another fascinating deep dive.